Hi, I'm Steve the Long Ash Cowboy, and today, as promised, I'm going to mix while you watch the Cowboy Blend Pipe Tobacco. The following things I'll be using: an airtight plastic tumbler. This particular one is 1 quart size. I'll be using unsugared, unsweetened cocoa. Make sure it's unsweetened, or you'll have a big problem. Also, unsweetened cinnamon powder, and I'll address the 2 unsweetened items in a minute. This is an uncompensated endorsement, but Sutliff rum maple pipe tobacco, and this one's a little old. It's a big bag. I've been working on it, but it is Sutliff. Don't forget that brand name. This is a cherry pipe tobacco that I got from a local shop. I don't know who makes it, and I'm gentlemanly enough not to ask them who does or where they get it. Crown Royal Maple Whiskey, which apparently no longer exists. I am not a drinker, as I'm sure you already know. I went in an Alabama state store and they did not have it anymore. I went in a private package store and they had one left, and this is it. So I'm going to have to really watch it when I use it. And finally, the last thing is a Malibu rum. So this is what you have to do. By the way, I'm going to do an extra video tomorrow on my football picks for Saturday. I missed an entire week, so I owe you one anyway. So instead of putting my picks at the end of this one, I'm going to do another one tomorrow. Now, I've taken the lid off. The first thing I'm going to do is get the Sutliff Rum Maple. And I really can't do this in front of the camera, but I'll show you as I go. You just want to take a random amount of rum maple and put it in your plastic tub. So I've gotten 2 small handfuls or pinches or whatever you want to call it. That's a good start for the purposes of what we're doing here. Get the rum maple put up. Now I'm going to get the cherry. Now, as far as your amounts, I'm going to go 1-to-1 rum maple to cherry. Or in other words, the amount of rum maple that you put into your plastic tub, you want to put an equal amount of your very cherry. Now, one good thing about this is, for training purposes, for lack of a better word, this cherry is just a little bit dried out. So this is actually going to make the blend process a little easier, and you may wonder why, and you'll learn as we go along. So I've got some rum maple and some cherry down in there. When you level it out, you see that this is not a whole lot to smoke, but this is just to show you how I'm doing it. So I'm going to seal the lid and make sure it's absolutely tight. And you want to go ahead and shake the 2 up like this. Now we're going to bring in the Crown Maple. And no, I'm not going to sip it. I'm going to just drop just a tiny pour in there, just a little bitty pour. I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm going to try and make it an equal amount of Malibu rum. So just just a little bitty pour. And if it turns out that that's too much, that's fine because I've got more tobacco here. So, what you want to do is, your goal here is to have put, and to answer your next question, it's rum maple pipe tobacco, so why not use maple whiskey and rum maple. So, you want to shake this up, and what your goal here is to get all of your leaves or pieces or whatever you want to call it. You want to get them equally moist, shall we say, where it's not too much. And and it feels kind of wet, kind of moist. And if it feels a little overly wet, that's fine because alcohol dries quickly, and with what we're going to do next, that's fine anyway. So it's a little moist, a little wet. So now I'm going to take the cinnamon and take the lid off of that, and I'm going to put just a just a very very light dusting. You don't even want to cover the entire top of it. You just want a light dusting. And I don't know if you can tell down in there that there's any there, but I mean just enough to say that you did it. So you put it back on, and you're going to shake it back up. Now, if you like hot things like hot foods, or you like hot cinnamon, you can go ahead and put more. This is to your personal taste. I don't do that, but you know you better than I do, so you do whatever you like. So, you can tell that it's still a little wet down in there. So now the next thing is, remember to put your cinnamon lid back on because I forgot. Now the next thing you're going to do is, you're going to take your cocoa, and I've already used mine. You see that part of the plastic protector is gone. What you want to do is you want to, still can't see it. What you want to do is you want to use a component I forgot to show you is a small spoon, a teaspoon or something smaller. And you want to get a very small amount of it. And I guess you'd call that a small amount. That's up to you to decide. And I'm going to put it down. And what you want to do is you want to drop it down in the mixture and rustle it around a little bit. You don't want to put a whole lot in there. Spoon off to the side, put the lid back on, and we're shaking again. Now, as you can see, you've got chocolate around the sides, and what your goal is, what you're shooting for, is to get that chocolate onto all of your tobacco. And if it looks like there's not enough on there, you can continue to add. You've got some on the side, you can continue to shake. So however much you have at a time, you can proportion it out. Your next question to me is, what is it like? You can definitely tell that there's a maple, a cherry, and a chocolate. And I don't know about you, but when I do smoke aromatic tobacco, I can taste it, but I can't smell it. When other people smoke something aromatic, whether it's a cigar or pipe tobacco, if somebody else is smoking it, I can smell it. So having said that, I ask friends around me, does that smell okay? And they ask, yes, what is that? So trust me, this cherry maple chocolate, and yes, it has a hint of cinnamon in there is definitely something you are going to want to try. If you like these videos, please remember to hit the thumbs up button at the bottom. Remember to comment. Remember to subscribe. Hit that bell. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the bell so you get your notifications. And even though I don't have a stick today, this is the Long Ash Cowboy thanking you for tuning in, and as always, sticks up.